Hi, my name is Kevin Krupp with Supplier Support. I wanted to take a minute and share with you this really cool manifold we just made that we call the Tri-Tank Plus One manifold. So what we have here is we have a first stage regulator, and we have 3 tanks that can be hooked up to this in parallel. So we have tank 1, tank 2, tank 3. This system can be operated from a single tank as well, because we put ball valves on these end 2 whips. So these end whips have the high pressure ball valve. All these fittings are POL, toolless installation. So these are the hand wheel cranks. You just reverse thread it into any propane tank size. There's threads on the inside of the inlet that would receive these fittings. So these 3 tanks are feeding into the first stage regulator. This customer wanted to run 3 tanks, but he also wanted to later buy a 100-pounder and install a 4th tank. So with that, we installed a leak-proof female quick disconnect here after the regulated gas pressure. So once he has these running, he can add a 4th tank with another purchase part, which is a first stage regulator with a short whip to the tank, and then about a 6-foot distribution hose that would feed into here with a male quick disconnect. So this allows 3 tanks plus 1, how we get the name, to the manifold. So we have a gauge here. This regulator, they're adjustable between 4 to 5 psi. We tune them at about 4.5. So when he has this installed, he can actually tune this at 4.5, and then later on when he gets this, he'll tune that at 4.5. They probably come pre-tuned from us, but just so he can observe the pressure coming out of each one of those regulators, we have a gauge on here. Then we have a male or a ball valve, and then the male quick disconnect. So with this regulator, we the first stage gas pressures, we wanted to run through a 75-foot gas hose, which is what we have here. If it were not so long, like 25 feet, we could probably do a dual stage or twin stage regulator and keep the cost down a little bit. But with this situation, we had to have the long distance gas hose, so we have to feed the 4.5 psi through the hose to get it to the 2nd stage right here. So this hose is it's got female leak-proof quick disconnects. This is the 3/8 inch diameter hose. And it is actually full of propane fuel right now. You would never know it because it does not leak until it's plugged in. So you pull these little collars back, plug it into one of these male quick disconnects, and that's what actually allows the gas to be flowing through this hose. So this is the 75-foot 3/8 inch gas hose we have here. And then at the application, in this situation, it's a whole home generator. We're going to install the 2nd stage regulator. So this actually is the residential gas pressure that you're used to in a home. This is the inlet where we're actually going to be feeding, outlet, feeding the generator. We have a male quick disconnect. This is going to receive one side of the hose, and the other side is going to go to the fuel supply. So this feeds into this at 4.5 psi. You actually can dial this between 9 to 13 inches. So whatever your application requires, you can achieve if it's residential pressure. So we have a ball valve here, so we can actually leak check what's installed on the generator with this, as well as watch the gas pressure feeding right into the application. So you can actually take this lid off here. Both these can be adjusted in this way, and there's a little dial in here where you can increase or decrease the pressure coming out of this. So whatever you need, you can get with this generator, with this regulator here. So with this package, this is great for whole home generators, any kind of generator application where you have a longer distance between the fuel supply and then the application. Like I said, if this were less than 25 feet, we would probably be able to do a dual stage where both these are built into one assembly. With this application though, we had to break them apart and to feed the high pressure into the gas hose, because there's a pressure drop through this hose that we have to account for. So this is a tri-tank manifold plus 1. I think it's super cool that later on he could add a 4th tank if he needed to increase supply even greater with this little quick disconnect here. So just wanted to share this with you. Thought it was super neat, and I know you guys might think it's neat too. So if you want to see more products that we've created, you can visit heatinjector.com. Under the products tab, you can select gas supply equipment, or if you wanted to get a quote on this or contact us to kind of create your own custom system, you can reach out to us at sales@heatinjector.com, or give us a call directly at 770-529-5640. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.